Warning, it is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions and the Working Perspectives podcast Weekend Poppin' that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You've been warned, so if you decide to listen, then don't complain like a fuck.
Steve just thought of a new show idea to go along with Salsa Tinder and Steve speed dating. We're going with Steve karaoke. Let's fucking just get it done. Strong stem karaoke, fucking tear the house down.
Listen, I got the fucking pipes of an angel, let me tell you.
Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives Podcast Weekend Poppin'. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot and Eric Zeblium. Strong Stem, how we doing, my man?
Oh, always doing good when he doesn't have work the next day.
Yep.
And he's got a fellow brethren from the neighborhood on.
Yep, gotta love the neighborhood love we show on the Working Perspectives Podcast. Very nice.
That's right.
That's right. Eric, thanks for jumping on, man. You're filling in for normal co-host, the Bad Boy Burn Podcast. Happy to have you on, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's good to be here. As always, we just bought a house, my wife and I, so half moved in.
Nice.
In my new office.
Very
and
cool.
It's good to see Steve when he just worked 28 hours in 2 days because I still need him to fix my door handle on my Honda CRZ. Because I have to nonchalantly dip into the passenger side every time I get into my car.
Nice.
I'm out of excuses, you know.
Nice. All right. Well, very cool, man. Well, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can have us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast and join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so my wife stops, beating me over the head for doing the show. All right, it's the Working Perspectives Podcast Weekend Poppin'. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. Working perspectives.
All right. So last week we aired the Aaron Rosenthal episode. Really, really good shit. Really liked it. Really had a shining star episode from J-Dub. Really started to come out of his shell there. Really had some cool stuff to say. But Aaron, like we said in the show, he's a friend of mine from Henzo Gracie. So it's really good to talk about the culture that was built there and everything like that. But a lot of fun. And, he's an out-of-town guy. He's lived in Connecticut and Atlanta and all these different things. So it was really cool to have him on the show. Strong Stem, what did you think about this week's show?
Listen, I'm honest, right? And I'm an asshole, right?
It's been mentioned.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Fuck Boston. Fuck Boston. Shitty-ass city with all those fucking titles. Could suck my nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, must be
Nothing
real
against
nice
the guy,
to be
just against the city,
Right. It's like must be real nice to be a Boston fan,
Must be nice to go to 50 parades since you were born.
Yeah.
That's
Real,
always nice. Yeah.
Fucker.
Real tough. Try being a Cleveland fan, right? Then I'll have some respect for you, or a Bills
Try
fan.
being a Jets fan.
Yeah. Then you can, then we'll listen. But yeah, have fun loving the Pats and the Bruins and the Red Sox, who've all won like multiple titles in the last 10, 12, 20 years. Yeah. They're just fuck. Oh, yeah, and the Celtics, they just win everything. So yeah,
so fucking corny.
Yeah, the worst. What a bunch of noobs. But he's also from, fan of the show, listener of the show, Joe Rogan. from his hometown of Newton, Mass. Talked
right.
about that. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Didn't know him, but another big
But
shout.
you know that's not his hometown though, right?
Newton isn't Rogan's hometown?
Nah.
Oh.
He was born in Jersey and then lived in Newton for like 5 to 7 years. Then he moved to San Fran.
Yeah.
And he was all over the place, but
Yeah.
he was born in Jersey. He's a Jersey guy.
All right. That you know what I
Spent
think
a couple
you're
years up there.
Yeah, I do remember him saying that. Yeah.
He's a Jersey guy.
Yeah. And then he did like I think what he did like his high school years, like or middle school, high school. Okay. Yeah, you're right, as always. Yep. But no, yeah, he's but also bigs up high school wrestling, which we love to big up on this show for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. But Eric, you got a chance. What'd you like of this, or how'd you like this week's episode?
I appreciated J-Dub's story. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, the one where he was tripping and watched that video and thought that he was falling off his roof.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But no, it was good, man. I always enjoy it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it was honestly, I really liked it. We were coming off of a hot episode with Padilla, so it's just nice, like still really good content, really good stuff. And like, honestly, just, we talked about the legend that is Dental Bill again. So can't wait for
that guy. He's gonna beat the dog shit out of some poor punk one day.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, buddy, fuck you.
Yeah. Can't talk about that guy enough on the show. I had a clip of us talking about him that I posted on like all social media platforms combined on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's got like, like 10,000 views or something, just like the people living, hearing the ledge that is the Dental Bill. So
sure. Such a nice guy too. Fantastic guy.
Total ledge. Yeah, he's the fucking man. Yeah, can't wait to have him on the show. Fan of the show, listen to the show. Nice. So, all right. So let's keep it moving. So, like we said, available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast is the Aaron Rosenthal episode, as well as our back catalog of over 90 episodes. So let's keep it moving. Next week, we are starting something new on the show. Both you two were involved with it. Really excited to get this underway. So we're starting something on the show. It's a different type of show, but it'll be the same. It'll be the same Working Perspectives podcast. We're just going about it differently. We're starting this thing, and it's going to be called the Roundtable Series, right? So the first ever Roundtable Series will be the NDUB Saga Part 1, the Burrowbreds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it is, we did a panel style show where it was hosted by myself and the Bad Boy Burn Podcasty. And then the guest that we had on the show, on the panel, was our own Eric Zeblium, the strongest of STEM, Steve's Kavitz, badass Brandon Hill, and J-Dub Justin Richardson, right? Am I missing anyone? That's everybody.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Burn was on.
Yeah. And me and Burn. So what we did was we had all those guys on the panel. Me and Burn would field them questions, or they would field questions for me and Burn. Honestly, great fucking shit. Like, we barely scratched the surface from what I was told, right?
Yeah.
And really got you guys to open up, share some stories, and you guys have been a part of each other's lives for so long, so that when you're telling the stories, you know what I mean? You guys are almost trying not to crack up at the beginning just because you know what's coming. But Eric, you were there, and really thank you for jumping on there. What did you think of the first ever Roundtable Series, the NDUB Saga, the Burrowbreds? What'd you think?
It was amazing, man. It was great. First of all, I don't get to see a lot of these guys and really just kick it like this and have this kind of interaction like we used to. I mean, this used to be an everyday thing in our neighborhood, just sitting around talking shit. But no, it was cool. I actually, when I was listening back to it, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, just hearing it and everything was great.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, no, I was
sure.
I was really happy with how it turned out. And just to let everybody know, it's a multi-part series, so there'll be more than just the first NDUB Saga Part 1. There's a multi-part series, but in all of the series that we have done, there was one person that was brought up that's no longer with us. I guess you guys refer to him as Chuck D, right?
Chuck Mo D.
Chuck Mo D. Yep, C Swizzle. I guess he was a big part of all your lives.
Dirk
so
Diggler.
Jesus. But in all of the NDUB series, he was a big just part of like everyone's life, and everyone kind of, had dealings with him and things like that. But you all had like some great stories to share about him. And there's more stories said, only a few about him, but it was nice that you guys could, relive his kind of memory and things like that, which was really cool. And then, like you said, man, dude, and I think Steve would agree with me. One of the best parts about doing the show is that we do talk to people that we don't see all the time. And like, we get to have like that interaction. Like, I know when we had Sean Day on the show and Brandon, and when we did the roundtables, like, dude, it's just a good fucking time, But yeah, so what do you think about the roundtable Strong Stem? You ready or what?
Oh, I'm ready, man. And again, so like for me and Eric, we were both real tight with Brandon.
Yeah.
And again, you don't get to see B that much because he's always down. He lives down south. He lives in North Carolina. Blah blah blah.
Right.
But to hear him talk always makes me laugh because he uses the same grammar that we use in North Wales.
But he's picking up a southern accent.
Yo,
dude, which is fucking wild. So he sounds like a southern boy, but yet he talks like a North Wales guy, which is fucking bizarre.
Yo, his draw is definitely coming along, right? And when he's saying like bull and Joel, that Joel there, I'm like, all right. But I mean, but it's still, but it's funny because he's still like the same guy, but he's got this twang now that's like, I mean, when you live down south and you're married to us, like, he's probably lived down there longer. I mean, almost probably the same amount of time he's been up here, right? Pretty close. He's been down there.
He's been down there 16
like
years.
16 years. Yeah.
Jesus.
Like that.
So I mean, what are you gonna do? But
and his wife isn't just like a normal Southern girl. She's from the backwoods of North Carolina. So shit. Jenny and her family have the thickest North Carolina accent you've ever heard.
Oh, for real.
Oh, their accents are thick.
Do all his kids probably got the accent too then, right?
It's a little in between.
Yeah. Dude, they got to get a hotel when they come up here, right? Like they can't all fit in that house, right? Like
they did before. They did before.
Damn.
What's the matter with you?
But I mean, like, there's got to be 100 people then in that house, right? Like,
they all grew up. There's other brothers in like California. One's in fucking Japan. One's in who knows? They're all over.
The other 30 are in wherever. Yeah. Nice, man. Awesome. No, dude, like you said, great to have him on the show. And like, dude, Eric, that was your first recording as well, was the roundtable series. Right. And this will be what, your third, like this recording?
I think it's my third time on.
Yeah. So dude, like, honestly, you get to meet new people. You get new people like that do well and come on the show and have a good time. Like, it is opening up experiences. Would you guys say, like, having listened to it back, is there something that you thought we missed when we were going through it? Because you're on, so I'll say it, it's going to be, it's a 3-part series, the roundtable series thus far, right? There'll be more roundtable series, but the NDUB Saga of the roundtable series is a 3-parter so far. And Eric was on the first 2 parts. So do you think in the first 2, is there something that maybe that we missed that you could think of when you were listening to it back, or no?
Yeah, because there's so much stuff that we could talk about. Like there's an endless, like, I don't like, we could sit around, like there's certain people that are just like talkers in the neighborhood. Like some people talk more than others. Sure. But I know if we get someone like, I don't know, we could just sit around and tell stories upon stories upon stories upon stories. And it's funny because you'll get so many animated characters and their different perspectives, you know? Yeah. And then everybody's just telling the story, and then people are picking up parts that other people forgot, because there's a lot of that going on. Yeah. And no, it's hilarious though, man. Just listening to that first one was I was like literally laughing out loud to myself at a ton of the stuff. I'm just dying laughing, especially because I haven't seen some of the, I haven't seen like Brandon in a little while and stuff like that. And it's cool to see the guys come on and stuff. Yeah. No, honestly, I'm really excited for it to air. I think, when you have a bigger panel like that, usually, I think it's going to do well just because like when I was editing it, I was like, this is fucking good. You know what I mean?
Hold the fuck on. I didn't get to listen to it. What, am I not part of the group?
That's you know how to open
it's-
emails with
Oh,
attachments.
you put it through that new technology, the email.
Steve.
Was I not
Steve.
supposed to say that I heard this already? Is this
No,
supposed to
it's
happen
fine.
in the
So
future?
Did you send it to me, you fuck?
No, for everyone listening, right? If you're a guest on the Working Perspectives podcast, right, you have what's called final cut, which means that I can't distribute, air, release, produce, or give out any content that you're involved in without your approval. Steve is the co-host.
Can I approve my shit? Can I sue you?
You signed that paper, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. There's been so many episodes that we have done. Like, Steve, I was listening back. We started the Pop-In last February, right? To preview Brandon Hill's episode. We started the Pop-In. You were on the 4th Pop-In. I think this will be the 42nd Pop-In, right? You haven't approved any of them. And we've
I'm suing the shit out you.
I mean, you're not going to get much. You're going to get a failed sponsorship from Fire Bros. That's what you're going to get.
What about that cocksucker that doesn't like me saying faggot?
No, I won't. Look, it's not a good idea for me to say who that actually is on air, but I mean, they're coming back, so it doesn't matter.
Can I sue them?
No, please don't. We will not win that. But yeah, no, it was sent to Eric because it was Eric's first time, so it was sent to him for approval and for Brandon.
What the fuck? How come you didn't send me for my approval? Now I feel like I don't get to approve shit.
Steve,
I'll forward it to you.
No, do not forward it to him, Eric. But this is Steve. I'll tell you why, Steve. I'll tell you why. Right? This is my exact fear as to why I don't like to send you the it's a pre-finalized episode, right? So if I were to send you that, right, and say when it airs, right, you have a bunch of buddies saying, "Oh, let me get that, John," right, as they would say. They're saying, "Hey, can I get the episode, John?" Right? So instead of sending them a link to it on a podcast platform or a link to it on YouTube, which would help us with like sponsors and everything like that and build our numbers, you would send them the unfinalized link that I sent you to approve.
Hold on. 2 things. One, I'm flattered that you think I'd be able to like take an email and then resend that email. That's fucking bizarre.
You're learning.
Number two, you did, in all fairness, used to ask for my approval.
I did.
He would constantly be like, "Hey man, you said this. Is that all right?" And my answer every time was, "I don't give a fuck."
That's true. That is true.
Don't cut it.
I know is like about 20, probably like what was it? Probably like 5 or 6 months ago, Steve tried to sell me some kind of show that you were doing. I don't know. It was like $5 per link, he said.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He was hustling some kind of podcast.
If
I don't know if it was
don't
yours.
want to pay me, then you're gonna pay me.
Hey, it's worth more than 5, but Steve was cutting deals. It's worth this content is solid gold, and all our content available on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast is all solid gold. No, but yeah, Steve, I really only contact you, Steve, when I'm like, all right, fucking, if I contact you, it's like
serious.
Yeah. Because after like the 3rd time of trying to get your approval and you're just like, I don't have fucking time to listen to this. And I'm like, well, we got to air it. And you're like, fine, I don't give a fuck. Right. And I was like, all right, well, you said this, and this. He's like, keep it in, faggot. And I'm like, okay.
Remember when you used to look at me? Remember when you used to look at me when I would say faggot and you would go,
dude, we're done with that. We're like, we put a fucking disclaimer. We're not fucking hurting anyone with the way we talk, right? No. We're not actively objective against anyone. We're not doing anything wrong, and we're not offending. Like, I'm not. No one's gonna dictate our content because they fucking complain, right? If you have honest criticism, I take all criticism and I listen to all of it, and I do. Right. And everyone that talks and says like we should do this and try this. And a lot of the times we do it because it's great advice. But if you're coming on here telling me how to fucking talk, you can go fuck yourself because I don't fucking care. The sponsors are they're coming regardless of how we talk because the content's good. And I think that there's a big enough market out there for people that want to listen to us talk like actual people, not like fucking robots. So,
and for you jerk offs that are writing in criticism, suck my dick.
Yeah.
He means that.
You fucking Karens.
Especially if you're Spanish and single. It doesn't matter if you're single. I don't care.
And you like salsa.
And you like salsa dancing in the nicest hotels and restaurants in the city. I mean, just, hit me up. Let me know.
Here's an idea. I wanted to run this by you guys. So like I mentioned, there was one guy that was brought up on every NDUB, the NDUB Saga roundtables, the 3-part series, the Chuck Modee, C Swizzle, Dirk Diggler, all those guys. He's the same guy, all that guy. But I was thinking how good would it be to have a roundtable of just his stories, right?
Oh, you would never believe it. And
you're gonna have some content,
like tell there, because all of us have our own individual stories with them that are like when I tell you. Obviously, I've had I'm a wild guy. Eric's had some wild times in his life. We've been through some shit, right?
Yeah.
I would literally put it at somewhere around 8 of the craziest top 10 moments of my life had Chuck Modee involved in it.
Yeah.
I mean, people call me crazy. So to say 8 of my top 10s are with Chuck, I mean, come on, man.
I rarely really had I didn't deal with him. I've met him a few times, but in passing, and we were like really young at one point. Like I met him, I think we were like the first time I met him, it was at the 4th Street pool or something when we were like 10 or 11, right? And it was just like a hi, how are you? He's with, whatever, right? But I've only ever met him in passing a few times, never really hung out with him. But everyone that I have talked to that has spent time with him all agree, craziest dude you'll ever meet. But if he's your guy, he's your fucking guy, right? Like he's a ride or die type of guy, right?
Yeah,
Justin told a story about him like robbing a drug dealer last night, or he told a story on our one of our other shows on the 4th Street Productions LLC network, the Low Life podcast. Justin Richardson, J-Dub, who's the Tuesday show co-host, he tells a story about when they were like robbing a drug dealer one time, and I mean you'll have to hear it and it'll be available.
That was a pretty common occurrence.
Dude, I was gonna say he's robbed. If you dealt drugs, he's robbed you.
Yeah. He just like, I mean,
growing up in North Wales.
Yeah. Hey man, it's all, if you can't fucking hang, get out of the fucking kitchen. But he was like, he told a story too about there was like a big fight that Chaz was involved in where he was like kicking people in the head and like really like going nuts at this house. They threw him out. He goes home, whatever. He gets out of there. Right. And then these guys are looking for him, and they went to, someone that knew him, and the guy that knew him was like, look, I know where he lives. I have his number, all this stuff, but I want to ask you right now, do you have a gun? And they're like, no. And they're like, do you have a knife? Do you have any type of weapon? They're like, no. Well, and he's like, I just want to let you know, 1, you're not going to make it on the property because his dad will shoot you. And then
yes, he will. 2, he's a great shot.
2, even if you do make it to him, he's going to stab you to death. Just know that. There's no getting out of this. And I was like, and then I guess, that's just this is how he was. I mean, from what I understand, honestly, like I said, don't really know him. But I think that's another good roundtable idea. Maybe we should finish with that. I'll cut this. Do you guys know the anniversary of when he passed?
No, we should talk to Bo and Crystal. Like, we should definitely talk to Bo. Be like, yo, you cool with
Bo's
it?
I'm outside Thomas's.
Or have Bo on to do it. If we can get Bo on to do it.
Well, like maybe we could air it and like record it and then air it on the anniversary of his passing. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then that's like an honor to him, So now it's something that like everyone could have, I just think, I mean, we try to do nice things on the show. So
that'd be cool, man. We got crazy stories with him.
Oh my God.
But a lot of them are
all in kind of guy.
But a lot of them too, like there are some like and it's what I've heard again, but it seems like there's crazy, but he's from people fucking love the shit out of this guy too. Like fucking loved this fucking guy.
You will never laugh harder in your life than when you were around that kid. That was his shtick. Like he would, anything in this planet he would do to make you crack up. Didn't matter what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man. Good. Well, yeah. So, RIP to him, shout out to him. And if you guys want to set that up with his brother and sister and talk to them and do like honor him episode where everyone shares stories and do a roundtable, I'll fucking produce the shit out of it and we can air it on the anniversary of his passing. So, but if it's too hard for people to completely understand, and I'm not trying to, market their tragedy or anything like that either.
Right.
So,
no doubt.
So, okay. So let's keep it moving. So like we said, available next week on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. We'll have the Working Perspectives Podcast Roundtable Series Part 1, Episode 1, and it's the NDUB Saga Part 1. It's a 3-part saga. Really fucking excited for this. It's something new that we're doing. It's a new style of episode, and honestly, I fucking loved the shit out of it. Thought it was great. So, okay, so let's keep it moving. So this week we got a couple things. There's a holiday, involves some turkey. It's going to be perky. Well, by the time this airs, Thanksgiving will have happened. So Eric, what do you got going for Thanksgiving? You excited? You looking forward to it? Give me the rundown, babe.
I mean, listen, I don't know. Thanksgiving to me was always about playing football. So honestly, I'm a little irritated because my knee's banged up, so I can't even really run right now.
Yeah.
But I'd love to be out at the age of 36, trashing people.
Yeah.
In backyard football somewhere, some old middle school that we all used to go to. Yeah. Find a bunch of other people who think they still got it and embarrassing people. But instead, I'm humbled at home with a bum knee after, I'm 6 doctors deep, quite a few thousand out of pocket, and I'm still no relief. So maybe next year.
Is that bad?
No, I can't run. Yeah, I can't run.
Is it just like from overuse of like being an athlete your whole life, or just an accident, or what happened?
No, I landed on it funny. I was playing basketball in West Philly, and at that time of my life, I was also training for the Philadelphia Marathon. So I was in great shape. I was in great shape when I did it.
Yeah.
And I just landed on it funny. It was kind of like a lock knee position, almost like a hyperextension.
Yeah.
And I've been to like, all these doctors. I've had the umbilical stem cell, amniotic stem cell. It's still killing me.
Fuck, dude. All of that, like, man, all of that from like one jump playing basketball. That's fucking, I mean, you're probably beating the shit out of them running so much training. And then that was just a straw that broke the camel's back or something,
right. So I'm steady QB.
You gotta remember the Zebliums have like mutant genes. So this motherfucker's normal jump is like what a fucking, I don't know, a goddamn bullfrog does. So probably just the stress of leaping out of the ceiling ripped his fucking knee apart.
Well, every doctor's telling me, they're like, your knees, like the most frustrating part has been that doctors are telling me you're perfectly fine. And I politely and like calmly, I have to calm myself because I'm like fuming inside. Yeah. And I'm like, listen, if I was perfectly fine, I would be out running right now or playing basketball or like doing something. I'm not perfectly fine. Like my knee's messed up. So I don't know what's up with it. But that is what I think of when I think of Thanksgiving. I think, okay, like we're gonna go play some football, with a bunch of people who have been talking trash for a couple months. Yeah. And we're gonna play. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be a couple injuries and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we're gonna go home and we're gonna eat and then we're gonna watch football on TV. And I'll see family and stuff like that. But that's what I think of. But tomorrow I'm gonna stop at my sister's house. I'm gonna go see my mom actually first thing in the morning. She had knee surgery today, so I'm gonna go see her first thing in the morning. Then I'm gonna go to my sister's house and then go to my my mother-in-law's house.
Nice. Where's is your mom still in the house you grew up in North Wales?
No, she's not actually. She lives over on Supplee Road.
I know where that is. Yeah, over by Footlock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's over there.
Nice, man. Awesome. Good for her. That's great, dude. So you go see her, do all that. I guess, is that a thing? Like, because both your brothers and you are all like really good athletes. So is that like you all just were born with the fucking, the alien gene or whatever, right? Is that what's going down?
So that, I don't know. I mean, look, there's a lot of things that helped, I think, like honestly. So my dad was a really, really good athlete. My mom was a really good athlete. And then on top of it, when we were younger, my mom taught gymnastics at Turner's Gymnastics.
Oh shit.
And
she used to come in. You don't remember, Matt? She used to come into the high school, and we'd have night practices.
Yeah.
Bring in the guys after us in the wrestling room.
Okay.
She'd always be like, "Hi, Steve."
Okay. All right.
So,
I do. Okay. Yeah.
When we were younger, like my mom, like if she was watching us during the summer or something, it would just be like me, Kevin, Alex, my sister Kirsten. Like we would just be in like a gymnastics gym, like all day.
Yeah.
So we would just do the camps. It was like, oh, we're playing dodgeball, we're doing this, we're climbing ropes, we're playing on bars. So balance and just basic stuff like that. I think that helped a lot, to be honest. I think that was like a huge part of why we picked up on a lot of things as we grew into sports and stuff.
Nice, dude. Honestly, I've talked to a bunch of people, a bunch of other parents, and they say this, and it's for both boys and girls, but they say for girls especially that gymnastics for like young kids, and like honestly looking at it, it does look
nothing better.
Yeah, because it's like the coordination, the athleticism you need, the discipline, but also like it teaches you to be fearless. Right, mental strength. Yeah. So honestly, like I'm kind of looking forward to like when my daughter's old enough to get her involved in gymnastics. Because I know
what you're not looking forward to.
What?
When you find out how fucking much it costs to put your kid in gymnastics, it's like the most expensive fucking sport. My niece is in it. It is expensive.
Is it really?
It depends on. So my mom does she does a Christian-based gymnastics program out of Schwenkfelder Church across from Maryland.
Yeah.
But she keeps it real simple. And we didn't come from,
you want to go to one of those gyms with all the fancy kids in it that are like, national people all over. My niece used to go to one.
Yeah.
Not cheap. Now, when I walked in, did I get super excited because I saw a bunch of 5'4" guys that were yoked? And I was like, wait.
Is this a wrestling practice? Yeah.
I was like, come here. You want to wrestle, right? And the kid looked at me like, what are you talking about? I go, Pennsylvania's the best state in the country. You'll get a fucking scholarship. The kid's like, I'm going to Ohio State on a full scholarship already. And I'm like,
yeah, for rings.
Oh, all right, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Where's your buddy at? Get out of the way.
And I don't have to cut weight. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Dude,
fuck out of here.
Dude, I'll tell you, I've had in the late 90s then, after 96, right? Kerry Strug, Dominic Mucciano, like all of them, right? Like your mom, like the fucking gymnastics must have been booming, right? That was like, you had Mary Lou coming off the Mary Lou Retton in 92. Right, then you go right to 96, right, with fucking Mucciano. Dude, I had the biggest crush on Dominique Mucciano. Forget about it, right? Dude, she was in Kids Sports Illustrated, looking good. Dominique Mucciano, where you at? Fan of the show, listener.
Now hold on. Make sure you tell everybody you were 12 while this was happening, because it sounded weird when you were like, she was in Kids Sports Illustrated.
Correct. I was also the same age. I'm still the same age as her. But this is, we were both 12. It was like, it was like, celebrity crush as a kid. Right. But dude. So, gymnastics back then was booming. It was the hot shit hitting the streets. Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was cool. Yeah. It was, it was like my norm, so it was a funny story was actually like, so when we we moved a lot. We were in Lansdale, we went to North Wales, we went to a spot in Hatfield, went to another spot in Hatfield. But in third grade, I went to Hatfield Elementary.
Okay.
And I remember the gym teacher was Mr. Kaufman.
Okay.
Mr. Kaufman was the gym teacher. He used to do the North Penn gymnastics with my mom up at the high school.
Yeah.
And so we would have gym class and he'd be like, yeah, you're going to do this, and this. And then people would be like, I don't know. And then he'd be like, Eric, come here. Like, stop, skin the cat, like do 15, 20 pull-ups. I was like, like it was normal to me because he had watched me do it. He knew I could do it because he watched me growing up doing all that stuff.
Dude.
But gymnastics was awesome, dude. We have our boys on the way, identical twin boys on the way.
Yeah.
And I plan on probably putting them in gymnastics.
Yeah, until they're
great.
Yeah,
great to also build core strength. Kids don't understand core strength, so the muscles that you won't see on the beach, but when a person touches you or grabs you and they go, holy fuck, you're a beast. Yeah, it's the core strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, big time. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Yeah, big shout out, big fan of gymnastics. That's a great. That
Jump
honestly,
and Joy Gymnastics.
what?
Call Debbie.
So hold on, let's give a shout out. Yeah, let's shout out your mom's thing. So what's it? We'll have a link in the description as well. So it's called Jump and Joy Gymnastics.
Yep. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
nice. And we'll have a link
Jump and Joy
to
Gymnastics.
we'll have a link to where you can find them in the description of this episode. So yeah, check them out. Jump and Joy Gymnastics with Eric's mom. And like, if you have dude, everyone I've talked to, and I haven't experienced this personally, but everyone I've talked to fucking raves about putting their kid in gymnastics. They said it's just the best thing for them to get. Like, if you're trying to get your kid to go the fuck to sleep, run them in some gymnastics. They'll have fucking be tired after that, babe. You know.
Yep.
But nice, man, awesome. So speaking of, do you guys remember back in the? I mean, Steve's gonna say like J-Lo or Penelope Cruz or some Hayek.
I'll punch you right in the fucking nose if you tell me another fucking off the wall shitty reference about some shitty fucking gymnastics bitch that was your crush when you were growing up, when Pamela Anderson was whipping her titties out on the fucking Baywatch. And you're watching fucking little Miss Timmy do fucking back handsprings. I want to watch the titties juggle while she saves people from the ocean.
True. That's, I mean, yeah, there was a lot to handle there with Pam Anderson. But do you remember your childhood crush, like back in the day? There wasn't like a TV show you watched as a kid that you're like, there's like a girl your age that you're like, oh man, you know, that you would crush on. Do you not have anything like that? It was always older women and Latina women.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever saw that movie Selena, and I was super into it.
Yeah.
And then they killed her. And it fucked my whole world up.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
I was into it. I was in love with Selena.
Oh, bro. Every fucking back shot that they had with the camera, forget about it.
They had that fucking Spanish kid doing the thing, the jig.
Yeah. Dude, J-Lo should have won every award, and her ass should have won best performance for that fucking shit.
Agreed.
Amen. E, did you have a kid crush?
I don't know. It probably just moved around a lot. I don't know. Mariah Carey was always really hot.
Sure.
So hold on.
I remember thinking she was smoking hot when I was young. Pause
Let's
me.
just
Go
be
ahead.
we're in the trust circle, right? We're in the trust circle, right?
Of course.
Matt, were you ripping your dick to girls' gymnastics when you was young, bull?
No. I wasn't.
I
was like, let her work those uneven bars. Oh yeah. No.
Wow.
I was still too young at that time, but it was before that started, right? But then
it was building up to that. You were like, yo, what's going on here? What's happening?
We're like, wait
I
a
watched
second.
Gymnastics, and now I got a pitch tent in my pants.
Yeah. Like, what's happening here, guys? Let's talk. Are we working this pole at all? Come on. You know
what I should do? I should fucking yank on this thing, see what happens.
Yeah, let's mess around in here, see what goes down. You know, is this the pommel horse they're talking about? Yeah, but no, yeah. Eventually, like, was Baywatch was the biggest fucking thing going because it had Pamela Anderson, Yasmin Bleeth, right?
Yeah,
remember Yasmin,
Carmen Electra.
Oh,
Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
Come on, cuz.
Bro. That shit was like all time, like, dude, forget about it.
Dynamic when I watched Baywatch like a little while ago, and the dynamic is so fucking insane because they have hot young Johns.
Yeah.
And then you have like fucking 50-year-old men.
So
all the girls were young hot Johns, and all the guys were like fucking 60. Like, hey Tara, you know, me and my wife are having problems. She's like grabbing his ass and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. CJ's like, oh, let me help you with your arthritis. Yeah.
Fucking strange.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That was a fucking dude. That show was massive. Baywatch. And
that show fucking sucked.
Oh, dude. The premise, like, yeah, when they're finding like international diamond thieves snuggling them in through surfboards, right? Yeah. I mean, it's tough to write that show. I got to imagine, but no one is watching that for the acting and the stories. No one.
Nope.
Yeah, but they're watching it for some bombs going on.
Here you go. How about this one? Talk about another broad. Remember who was the bitch that did Singled Out?
Oh, Jenny McCarthy. Oh,
that was my
Jenny fucking McCarthy.
Jenny.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
And she was
Dude.
like a cool chick too. It was like the
Yeah.
type of chick you could just hang with.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I want to fuck her and I want to hang out with her. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Jenny
Singled
McCarthy.
Out. Remember that show? That show
That joint was sick.
so fucking good. Do you remember too there was this one chick on you remember the Real World Road Rules, the challenge gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was one chick on there, I think her name was Vanessa. Dude, fuck, maybe Veronica or Vanessa. Either way, just remember her being a fucking smoke. But like, yeah, dude, back then, forget about it. Hey! And then you had like the boom of like the Britney Spears, the Christina Aguilera, the Mandy Moores, dude, and like a sleeper during that whole era, Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani is always
bad as shit,
bro. Talk about like a fucking homegrown hitter, baby. My God, she's like a fucking like she's pretty damn good. You
know who else I used to rip my meat to when I was little? Julia Roberts. The one you're thinking of. I'm talking about the one who cooks.
Yo.
What was
dude,
that ogre's name? Julia what?
Julia Roberts.
Was it?
From Pretty Woman, right?
There's two.
Remember
He's
the
thinking the
giant
other
bitch
one.
that used to do the cooking shows? The ogre bitch?
No.
What was her name? Julia Childs. The big giant bitch that used to like make fucking, she was like the broad that went to jail with Snoop Dogg before her.
Oh, Martha Stewart.
Yeah, she was like Martha Stewart before Martha Stewart. You remember her?
I
she
can't
had, like, cooking
remember
shows
who
on
you're
like
talking
regular
about. I think
TV
actually, I think I know who you're talking about.
She looked like Sasquatch. This bitch was like 6'4" with a hump and just big forearms to mix.
Let me see if I have this right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's her. That's my John. That's my fucking bit.
For those
Hell yeah, bitch. Look at that fucking cake.
He said the big forearms to mix.
Yeah, hell yeah. That John been pumping them, yo.
For those of you listening, right? We have a beautiful woman on here. Got a Darren
Look at that fucking haircut.
Got a Darren Dalton face with a John Kruk hair, right? Got some Petey Incaviglia shoulders, right? And some fucking some Dykstra forearms. Yeah, she's you're gonna have to fucking wrestle with this one, bro. Wrestle.
Yeah, this is like taking down Sasquatch. This is no easy task,
dude.
That's a big bit.
Wow. And she's not even Latina, Steve. Good for you.
Nope.
Good for branching out. Good job. Dude, there's this one. There's this one chick that cooks now. Oh, God. I think it's like
Giada,
right? What's her name? Giada.
I think it's Giada something. I don't know.
Giada De Laurentiis. Giada De Laurentiis, right?
Can we be honest?
Yeah.
That Rachel Ray bitch was okay in the beginning. Yeah. Now she's a sloppy mess.
Dude, Rachel Ray back in the day, hell yeah. Dude,
I'd gut at that bitch like a fish.
Dude, I remember Maxim Magazine?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Maxim Magazine used to do like the top 100. And I remember her being on it and me being like, all right, she can cook too. You know, like I'm down with this. All right, so this is
10 years later. I'm watching daytime TV and I'm like, yo, who's the 10-year-old with the cooking show? And I'm like, oh shit.
Strong Stem. Can you see the screen?
Oh my God, I love her pants.
And she can cook. Giada De Laurentiis. She's Italian.
Listen to me. I don't care if she can cook. That Brazil could have AIDS and I'd fuck her. Jesus Christ. Magic made it. I'll be all right.
What if she had herpes?
Yeah, I'll fuck her.
All right.
You had to think about that.
Are you doing it raw?
No, you gotta strap up.
All right,
that's the
I actually might wear 2 condoms. She's hot enough. I'm trying to not feel the sensation.
Right. You want to give her a performance as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's a giving type.
You want to be a repeat customer. So you want to give a good performance. Nice. Yeah. So
awesome.
dude, shout out, man.
Shout out Julia Childs, aka Sasquatch, aka the Big Bit.
AKA Steve's forearms. Then that,
they call her Julie Arms, Julie Fours.
They call her old forearms child. She can fucking crush an apple with that. Yeah, she's nice. All right. So damn, anyone else? So I'm trying to think too.
It's hard to remember. I don't know why. I'm drawing a blank on like
Do you remember when like Lindsay Lohan was at the tops too? Right? Like
had some fucking giant sweater puppies on her that she used to try to hide.
Before
here and there, you'd see them sweater puppies pop out. You're like, yo.
Before she got like, I liked her when she had some curves, before she got like super skinny, bro. When she had some thighs and some fucking puppies, forget about it.
And she's like that fucking Billie Eilish broad. I thought she had the body of a boy the way she dresses.
Bro.
Then all of a sudden, she gets in a little one-piece Jimmy, and I'm like,
bro, did you see what God, I guess it was Vogue, right?
That girl's like 20, right?
Oh yeah, she's definitely old.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I mean, let's hope.
Sounds creepy talking about like a fucking. I was like, wait a minute, how old is that bit?
Yeah, this is so. Once again, I'll be sharing my screen, but this is what you're referring to, Steve. This guy, right? Right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Big fan. Uncle Matty's a big old fan. Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Good for her. Yeah, good for her. Even Adele, too. Now, look at Adele coming through.
How funny is it? People start giving her shit, too, because she got healthy. They're like, why would you not be fat anymore? She was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I hate for getting healthy?
Yeah. No, she's, I mean, dude, talk about being like, she's like a mega star. She must be a nightmare to date, though. Right? Like, if you date,
she's gonna write a song about you no matter what you do. You slip up in one thing, and she's gonna write a whole fucking love ballad.
This motherfucker left the cap off the toothpaste. It's like
he pissed all over my seat.
This fucker snores. Fucking A, man. Dude, like,
set yourself up.
Yeah, she has to be like so. I mean, I don't know, but it would seem that she has like some maybe overly emotional tendencies. It's just,
really? You think so? Hello from the other side. That bitch is an emotional wreck.
Bro, Steve just thought of a new show idea to go along with Salsa Tinder and Steve speed dating. We're going with Steve karaoke. Let's fucking just get it done. Strong stem karaoke. Fucking tear the house down.
Listen, I got the fucking pipes of an angel. Let me tell you.
There's a catch. You have to actually perform at like local bars, and we're gonna bring the podcast in.
We'll do a live show.
7 minute.
We'll do a live show with Steve karaoke. Love it.
Hell yeah,
dude. I would, dude. I'll tell you. I did. So speaking of one of the best ideas we have ever had. The Salsa Tinder, strong stem Salsa Tinder. This was the idea, and I've really tried to make it work. The only thing I couldn't get, believe it or not, was the female. I couldn't get the females to want to participate, right? I couldn't get
Where the fuck is Brianna?
I reached out to her. She did like the idea. Give me
her number and let me reach out.
Absolutely not.
Fuck you, it's for business. Business before pleasure.
Sure, you're just gonna contact her for business only, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's all business.
Yeah,
no, dude, I'm all business.
Okay,
so business in the front, party in the back.
Yep, that's you. So
that's not me. Fuck that. Cut that. That's not me.
Oh, you want that cut? You're not okay with that. You're okay with all the everything else, but not that. Yeah. Either way. So I do want to say this, and I want to I want to make Salsa Tinder happen, and I think it'll be fucking incredible, and I think it'll be great. Salsa Tinder. But here's the deal: we need participants, and this is what I'll do. I am putting up $1,000 of the show's own money, right? The winner will get $1,000 and a date with Steve, which, I mean, what could be better?
Which you have to fuck.
That's not, no, you don't. No, that's not part. So
you have to pull on my stem.
So all of our listeners out there, if you are interested in being a part of Salsa Tinder and possibly winning $1,000 and a date with our own Strong Stem Steve Cabot, please contact us. We're available on all podcast platforms and all on Instagram. We're at Working Perspectives Podcast. On Twitter and TikTok, we're at Working P Pod. I'm going to post this out there. You could win $1,000 if you win Salsa Tinder with Strong Stem Steve Cabot, right? It's exactly what it sounds like. Salsa Tinder. It's a live Tinder where you have to salsa, and he'll swipe right or swipe right or swipe left. And if you make it to the end, then you're the salsa queen or king. We don't know, but queen. Yeah. Okay, Steve. Salsa queen. Got it. Right. You're gonna swipe left on any. Yeah. Gotcha. So
no chicks with the dicks.
Exactly. Okay. But yeah, so please, if you're interested in doing this, hit us up on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, on Twitter at Working P Pod, or on or on TikTok at Working P Pod, or you can email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. You can win $1,000. So there you go. So all right.
Wait. Can I enter the contest?
Right.
You're the prize.
I'm trying to get this fucking rack.
You're the prize.
All right, well, I want out. I want to be able to win the money. I'm fucking out.
You are Salsa Tinder, Strong Stem.
Oh.
You're the we're trying to find you a soulmate. Is that what do you want more? $1,000 or a soulmate?
This? All right, you ready for this? How about this? Now I'm just spitballing ideas here, right? We're just spitballing ideas.
Love
you
it.
Give me the $1,000.
Got it.
You let me go into Lin's Love House.
Okay.
And I'll find the best masseuse in the area.
Okay. Little slap and tickle.
Little rub and tug, you know what I mean?
We'll call it slap and tickle Tinder. Oh, baby. All right.
With Lin.
Yeah, with who?
Lin. Shout out Lin.
Shout out Lin.
Is that a real place?
Listener of the show.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It's
a real rub and tug, and they do real massages.
Fan of the show.
For those of you out there that have never had a table wash,
huge fan.
I recommend it immediately. Go to your nearest Asian-owned and operated massage parlor, and when they say, Mr. Steve, would you like table wash? You say, oh yeah, I want the table wash.
Steve references Lin in our group chat at least 2 or 3 times a week. Steve. And then it just goes into this long tangent with a bunch of North Walians about Lin. And
being respectful though, they like Lin.
Well, Steve gets mad when people disrespect Lin.
You can't be disrespecting Lin.
Steve, are you have you used their services?
Allegedly.
He has a punch card. Yeah,
he's a platinum member.
5 times free.
He's a platinum rewards member. He's their best customer. Yeah, nice. All right. Well, there you go. Very cool. So another idea. But
listen, there's nothing on earth to make yourself feel better than to walk into a rub and tug. Because you go in there and that bitch is used to dealing with old fat truckers and shitheads. I walk in there, I'm a 3 on the street. I walk in there, all of a sudden I'm Brad fucking Pitt.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, you're actually not a mutant. Come here. I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird. Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, as far as guys go, as far as it goes for guys that have to pay for that type of thing, you're an ace. Absolutely. You're pretty much the Leonardo DiCaprio of it. You and Blazarian.
It's a cool feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, does it get a little weird because the girl doesn't speak English so her compliments don't really hit? Maybe, but what fucking ever. I got an imagination. I'll figure it out.
Right. Yeah. It's still better than anything else she's going to be doing with her day. Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah. Nice. Very cool. So, yeah. So either way, Eric, so you said you're going to your mom's and your sister's for Thanksgiving. That's cool. Yes. Strong Stem, what do you got going for Thanksgiving?
2 things. 1, shout out Matt O'Connor, North Wales alumni whose birthday's tonight. It's one of those final. Once every couple years, it falls on the night before Thanksgiving, which is dope.
Nice.
So shout out Matt. And then 2, I mean, I go and I watch football, but let's all be honest. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Thanksgiving sucks because turkey's terrible. It's the driest, shittiest bird there is on the planet. I fucking hate turkey.
Agreed.
Yeah, great
Turkey
point.
is garbage. Turkey
It's
is
the most overrated
garbage.
foodie holiday there is. It's so dry. All the sides, I mean, there's some cool sides, but most of them suck. Like, all you do is feel like shit after you eat.
Yeah.
Fuck Thanksgiving. I mean, I enjoy the whole hanging out with everybody. Now, listen, I used to date for a long time a South Philly Italian girl, right?
Wow.
You go to the South Philly fucking Thanksgiving. I walk in there all fucking gloom and doom because I'm ready for some dry ass bird, some shitty cranberry sauce, and some bullshit corn in the microwave, right?
Yeah.
I walk in, it's raviolis, there's gabagool, prosciutto, they got it all. No turkey. I was like, oh, you guys do it right.
Yeah.
You guys got this.
Yeah.
Right.
Albanians are similar as well with
Hell yeah, Albanians. And Brendan Shaw was just saying Mexicans are the same way. His wife's from Guadalajara. He's like, there's no such thing as a turkey or any of that shit.
It sucks, dude. Turkey's fucking sucks, right?
Like, I honestly don't enjoy the food.
If you don't get the dark meat, the dark meat is literally the only edible part, right? Because
I just rip the leg off to feel good and eat it like a fucking caveman. It makes me feel better.
Dude, you can do whatever you want to it. I've had it fried. I've had it whatever. It's so dry. It is so
chicken's so much better.
Oh, it's so ungodly dry. I mean, but what are your thoughts about the day after Thanksgiving sandwich, Steve?
Well, usually we weren't allowed to eat it because I was wrestling for most of my life, which was always a downer.
Yep.
But if I could eat it, you slap a bunch of hot sauce on it, some other shit. To be honest, I'm eating the roll and the fucking. I don't give a fuck about the turkey.
Yo, the unsung hero of Thanksgiving, the Hawaiian rolls, the Hawaiian sweet rolls, bro. Forget it. Could you not do anything
orange
with those?
Packaging?
Yeah. They're the best, dude. Like
that shit hits.
Yeah, dude. Stuffing. Stuffing is whatever. I could, do whatever.
Stuffing's actually pretty good. That's one of the better ones. But like most of the shit, I'm never in a mood where I'm like, man, I could really go for a turkey sandwich and some mashed potatoes and stuffing. That's never happened to me in my life.
Garbage.
Yeah.
I've never really thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I don't know. I guess like I've had a couple where I was like, oh, this is good. Like, whatever.
Right.
But I've never been like, oh, I can't wait for this fucking bullshit turkey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just never.
Hell yeah.
Never think about the food. People talk about, I can't wait to eat. I'm like, man, I feel sick already.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to eat that dry ass shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm a big fan of doing like. Yeah, dude, the turkey's the worst. It's the worst.
And they're like, are you getting seconds? There's so much food. I'm like, yeah, because it fucking sucks. That's why
nobody took a big first.
Go fuck out of here.
Yeah. The turkey, I mean, no. I mean,
let's be honest. The bird, it is what it's in real life. It is what it is on the table. The fucking bird's an asshole in real life. You ever been around wild turkeys? They'll chase you and shit and try to bite you. They're pieces of shit. And they taste like shit too.
Yeah, turkeys do not. Do not mess.
Gangster. Turkeys are down to fight all the time.
Turkeys are a vicious piece of shit animal that'll they'll go nuts on you.
Did I see my Rottweiler and Doberman shred one into pieces one time? Maybe, allegedly, and it wasn't my fault, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, good. Well, dude, I've seen turkeys hold up traffic. Right? Like 18-wheelers are just like, well, this fucking bird here is just going to take me out. I don't know what to do. Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, run that thing the fuck over.
I'm lighting that shit up.
Oh, bro.
Say I did it.
Yeah.
There's a certain guy that Matt knows, and I'm not going to put his name out there, that has a little bit of a thing with running over geese. My man has ran down so many geese. I've seen him one time at North Penn High School a long time ago. There was like 30 in the parking lot, and him go straight through the entire pile. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Birds flying out the back, right?
In the car. Okay, in the car.
And then they were all over the fucking parking lot, right? And he didn't want to get in trouble. And it was after wrestling practice, so it was like 5 o'clock at 6 o'clock at night. He started picking up the chunks of bird and throwing them into that retainer ditch between like the fucking church and the high school.
Oh no, dude! I'll cut it.
He got a lady saw him run one over in front of a establishment with his child in the car.
What?
And she called the cops, right? And he swerved to hit it, right? Because he swerves to hit these things. He swerved to hit it. The lady calls and said, so the cops show up and he's like, the fuck are you here for? He's like, I don't know. This lady, like, she's yelling and blah, blah, blah. He goes, no, I tried to swerve to miss it.
Yeah.
And the cop was like, good enough for me.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, he didn't. He swerved to fucking hit it. I seen him.
Oh my God. Tell Karen. Yeah. Karen would be fine. When the goose takes a big shit on her car, tell her thanks. What a piece of
Give her my number.
Yeah. Damn. Well, no, I've never had goose though. Is goose the same? I mean, like, because
it's a fucking bird.
Chicken's good, right? Love chicken, right? And then turkey. I wonder if goose, if it's somewhere in the middle, because I've had duck. Duck is like super greasy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had duck before, but it's
I've had duck.
I don't know if I've had goose.
I wasn't in love with duck. I've had the duck l'orange. I've had
he had the fausse grass.
Yeah. But dude, I'll tell you, I've been to an Italian like Thanksgiving. Have you ever done the 7 fishes? The Italian 7 fishes, bro. Even like
sure, I have. My grandma does it for Christmas.
Dude, I'm not even a
now
fan.
It's like 5 fishes because she's 80, but whatever.
She's like,
I'm like, Grandma, I thought it was 7. She's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like,
yeah.
All right.
She's like, you're lucky you're getting any fish, you little shit.
She said. So one year she said, how many fishes did you bring? And I said, 20 exactly, motherfucker.
Steve had Swedish fish and goldfish.
He got the bag on a plate and put it out.
Yeah, nice, dude. I'll tell you though, even like I obviously it all depends on the cook, but my one buddy's mom, like all uber Italian, and she would even do bacala that I was like, this is all right, and it's bacala.
I don't really like bacala. It's too fucking salty.
Oh, it's so salty, but she would do it all right. She would make it all right.
Yeah,
but like,
it's not bad. It's just super salty.
As far as like the worst, it's definitely the worst by far, but still, if you're doing that,
it's
all right.
It's the fish version of a fucking Popeye's biscuit with no water.
Oh, you're not wrong. Golly, damn. All right, good. Yeah, good comparison, but nice. So what? Steve? I don't.
I chill. I go to. So the last part of my thing is every year, because we went over this. My birthday is on Mischief
Matt,
Night, right?
So you shout out to Matt O'Connor. Okay,
yeah.
And then so Mischief Night's your birthday.
Thanksgiving sucks. The food's terrible.
Yeah.
And the last thing is every year with my nieces, because I'm an asshole. Every year with my nieces, we collect, because they love getting the big ass pumpkins for like Halloween and shit at my brother's house, blah, blah, blah. I collect all the old pumpkins they got laying around, and we take them out to a nice little cliff I know about, and we chuck them bitches off the cliff, and they smash everywhere in the woods.
Dude,
damn, that's awesome.
Now, does my sister-in-law enjoy this behavior I do? She does not.
Right.
But the kids fucking love it.
That's awesome. That's a cool tradition.
They must fucking adore you, man.
Yeah.
Also, you're raising girls that are gonna be like, they're gonna take no shit.
Broads.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to smell bullshit a mile away. They're not gonna take any shit. They're gonna fucking tell you how it is. That's great though. That's
how I tell my sister-in-law that all the time. She's like, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I go, remember, if they see me doing it, this bullshit ain't gonna fall with nobody else. They've already been through the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I constantly try to lie to them with like ridiculous lies, and then they're like, Uncle Steve, it's not fucking true. You're retarded. That's not true. You're a retard.
Yeah.
They don't say that.
No, they wouldn't. You're the only one that says that anymore, apparently.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fucking retard.
Yeah, you've really hit every kind of thing. You said
listen, I just don't hate one group. I hate fucking everything.
That dude, I'll tell you, that's what my dad used to say. He's like, he would say, I'm not a racist. I hate everybody equally.
Yep,
right?
hell yeah.
Which is true,
Hell yeah.
So, all right, so we're coming to the top of time. Before we get out of here, Steve, who do we want to shout out from Daniels?
Julia Childs.
No, the UFC.
My bad. I had her on my bad.
Who
the
do you want to?
The number 8 ranked guy in the world, Sean Brady, now moved up into the top 10 at 170.
Very
who
cool.
also won a big fight against Michael Chiesa.
Very
for
cool.
people that don't know, Michael Chiesa, he's the guy that got glass in his eye when fucking Connor threw the cart into Khabib's bus.
Yeah.
But Chiesa's a gatekeeper type guy. He beat him.
Yeah.
Then Petrosky, the kid that wrestled at Springport, he won too. And then Patrick Sabatini. So right now, Daniel Gracie's down there in North Philly. He's killing it in UFC.
He's got 3 undefeated guys, right? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dude, good, dude. The Philadelphia fight scene's always been strong, but I love too now that it's like it's becoming another powerhouse in the MMA world. That's great, man.
So it's
Awesome.
funny that like the Daniel talked about this in one of the things too. Not to go like deep because we're obviously at the end of, but
dude,
he was saying that when they were coming to America, obviously Henzo went to New York and Hoist and Hoyler went to Cali, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They're all over, right?
Yeah.
And they started trying to like set up camps in cities.
Yeah.
And Daniel said one of the things he realized that he didn't know was the best homegrown grapplers come out of PA.
Damn right.
So that's why he started to make a gym down here. He was like, if I can get a stud wrestler from this state right next to us, because he was always with Enzo. And he was like, if I can get the stud wrestler from down there, I can turn this motherfucker into a beast.
Yeah. Doesn't take much. Yeah.
Philly. And Sean Brady never wrestled a day in his life. Took Michael Chiesa down 5 times.
Really?
A very good wrestler. And Sean Brady at their thing said, guys always, whenever he wrestles with guys of like University of Drexel, Penn, they'll go down there and work out with them guys. And they're always like, yo, what college did you wrestle at? He's like, college? I never wrestled a day in my life. They're like, wait the fuck a second.
Dude, that's incredible. Dude, talk about too, like now that Daniel's gym is becoming more and more like credible and good, that fact that he's like using his brain of like, hey, if I need grappling, I got Drexel, I got Penn, like he's got all these great, even like the high schools around here and stuff, he could where he could go anywhere and find, like, imagine if he went to Lehigh, right? Like, what the hell, it's an hour ride to get some of the best wrestling you could ever get. And like the workouts, like, dude, there's no other place in the world that has that type of thing. Awesome. Glad to see that he's doing that. And that they're doing it. Glad to hear that the fight scene's coming along. That's fucking great, man. Really good stuff. Really good. Awesome. Nice. So, well, we're coming to the top of time. Before we get out of here, EZ E, anything you want to say to the adoring fans before we get out of here?
Man, look, it's always fun to be on here, busting it up with you guys. But yeah, I mean, it's already gonna have happened. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes.
Got Black Friday's coming up. Don't get too crazy out there. Please do a little internet shopping now that e-commerce is taking off. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's always fun to catch up with you guys too.
No, man. Thanks for coming on, jumping on and hanging with us. And thanks for filling in for Burn, dude. Great fucking work tonight. Great job. Thanks for having you, man. Really awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Strong Stem. Before we get out of here.
St. Peter's Lutheran Church? They're strong.
No. All I'm doing is praying that all you young bucks get your fucking dick wet tonight, because it's a big one. It's a big one.
St. Peter's, baby.
Yeah, you're praying. I don't even want to say that because I think we'll get struck by lightning.
Drive, young bulls. Tonight's not the night.
Yeah,
right. Be safe.
Great shout. No, don't Uber, DD, whatever. Don't drink and drive.
Tonight's not the night.
No, they're looking for you. They want to get you tonight, guys. Know that.
Oh, yeah.
So nice. Well, okay. Well, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast Weekend Pop-In. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by EZ E Eric Zeblium, NDUB's favorite son, Strong Stem Steve Cabot. And you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can hang out with us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, do us a favor and email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe so my wife stops, harassing me for doing the show. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for listening. Thanks. See you.